Hello everyone, this is Harsh and you are watching WPA World. In this video, we will know about the dependency injection and IOC container. First, let's start with dependency injection. What is dependency injection? Dependency injection is design pattern used to implement the IOC. It allows the creation of dependent object outside of class and provide those objects to the class through the different ways. It means to implement the dependency injection, we need three classes. One is dependent class, another one is the class which is responsible to create the dependent class object, and the last one is the class which will use the dependent object through the outer class. We can categorize these classes as service class, injector class, and client class. The service class is a class that provides services to the client class. The injector class injects the service class object into the client class. The client class is a class which is dependent on service class. The injector class injects dependency in three ways: through the constructor, or through the property, or through a method. So there are three types of dependency injections, which are constructor injection, property injection, method injection. In the constructor injection, the injector supplies the dependency through the client class constructor. In the property injection, the injector supplies the dependency through the public property of the client class. In the method injection, the client class implements an interface which declares the method to supply the dependency, and the injector uses this interface to supply the dependency to the client class. Now we will know about the IOC container. What is the IOC container? IOC container is a framework for implementing automatic dependency injection. IOC container manages object creation and its lifetime and also inject dependency to the class. The IOC container creates an object of a specified class and also inject all the dependency object through the constructor or a property or through a method at runtime and dispose it at appropriate time. This is done so that we don't have to create and manage object manually. All the containers must provide easy supports for the following DI lifecycle: register, resolve, and dispose. The container must know which dependency to instantiate when it encounters a particular type. This process is called registration. Basically, it must include some way to register type mapping. When using the IOC container, we don't need to create object manually. The container does it for us. This is called resolution. The container must include some method to resolve the specified type. The container creates an object of specified type, inject the required dependency if any, and return the object. The container must manage the lifetime of the dependent objects. Most IOC containers include different lifetime manager to manage an object's life cycle and dispose it. There are many open source containers available for .NET. Some are listed: DryIOC, Unity, StructureMap, Inject, Autofx, Simple Injector, Light Inject. I hope you got the idea about the dependency injection and IOC container. If you like this video, rather than hit like or subscribe, I would suggest you to share it with the person who can get help from this video. Stay tuned and don't forget to come back. Be safe, be healthy.